So in case you've been living under a rock, there's a space race between billionaires who are trying to start a colony on Mars or something like that. And there's a lot of people who are pretty pissed off about it. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time. They can be putting those billions and billions of dollars into feeding the poor and saving the world from all these catastrophes that are happening. And you know what? They do have a point. But perspective is a very, very important thing when it comes to life, and especially when it comes to innovation. For example, the first commercial flight was in 1914, and guess how much a seat on that flight went for? Yep, $400. Now let's adjust it for inflation to the year 2021, and what do we have? $10,419. Now I don't know if your financial situation is like my financial situation, but $10,000 on a flight, not quite there yet. And yet now, in the year 2021, there are 39 million flights a year when it's not a pandemic. Now you can say, they're crazy, the Wright brothers or whoever was working on this commercial airlines, that's insane, you're charging a ridiculous amount, it's gonna be completely worthless, what do I need it for? I got boats, I got trains, I got cars, I got horses, I got it all, what do I need? And yet somehow, that eventually trickled down to us. And here's another example. In 1992, IBM created the first smartphone called Simon, which went for around $1,100. Adjusted for today's rate, that's $2,150.68. However, you can get a smartphone for a couple $100 or even less. Now try to think of somebody who doesn't have a smartphone. So now let's go back to those billionaires flying people into space. Now recently, Jeff Bezos sent up a group of civilians into outer space for a very short ride. Tom Hanks was actually asked to be one of those people.
You're my favorite deputy.
For the nominal fee of $28 million. Would you pay $28 million? Even if I could, I wouldn't. And yet I have no doubt, I don't know if it's 20 years from now or 50 years from now, eventually the billions of dollars that those billionaires put into it is going to trickle down to us and make our travel and our leisure that much easier and that much more affordable. Yes, I know it sounds crazy and it sounds egotistical and it sounds like they're just tooting their own horn and just playing with billions of dollars when there's other things that they can do. But maybe next time you see a billionaire throwing billions of dollars up into outer space, think about, maybe eventually that's going to trickle down to us one day. Because if there's one thing that's for sure, it's innovation ain't cheap.